All right, what's going on, guys? You guys been here on this Monday, the day after the TLC pay-per-view. Um, when I was watching the pay-per-view, when the 9 o'clock hour rolled on, and I saw Cena and Rollins match come out, I'm going, "What?" I didn't get it. Um, and then I'm figuring Ambrose and Wyatt were going to main event. Uh, I guess Triple H and Vince McMahon were at odds over who was going to main event, but then Vince gave Triple H the authority to, run it the way he wanted to run it. And in all retrospect, I think it was a great idea to put Wyatt and Ambrose in the main event um, because it's putting newer stars in the main event level. John Cena does not need to be at the main event level all the time. He's already established and whatnot. So Wyatt Ambrose, put on a friggin' show, man. I was like, Ambrose had most of the offense in this match, but so I'm thinking as I'm watching it, I go, you watch what's going to happen. Bray Wyatt's going to end up beating him somehow, some way. But it didn't really matter because they both showcased what they can do. And I will say this about Dean Ambrose. This guy puts his body on the line when he's in the ring. He's unbelievable. Bray Wyatt looks like they're giving him another push, excuse me, which is great. So them being in the main event, no problem with it whatsoever. At first, I didn't get it, but then the more I thought about it, it did make sense. And then the return of Roman Reigns last night, I was actually expecting it to be Randy Orton. Um, I didn't expect Roman Reigns to come back quite so soon, but that was okay with me as well. It gives him a big pop, and it also opens up a feud between him and Seth Rollins. So obviously the Cena and Rollins feud should be over because I think Brock Lesnar will be out tonight on Raw, and something will happen probably between Brock and Cena because they are going to face off at the Royal Rumble. The Rusev and Swagger match, I thought it was a very good match. With Swagger battling Rusev for the second round, the second time around, after, you know, um, Big Show and Mark Henry and whatnot. Um, I knew the WWE had plans to push Rusev, but I didn't understand why they'd bring Jack Swagger back into it. Maybe possibly for all of us to think that maybe possibly that Swagger had an opportunity, had a real chance to win. Well, that obviously wasn't to be, but Swagger put on a pretty good show this time around, and Rusev's looking just as strong as he always has. Some matches we knew, what the outcome was going to be, obviously, before it started, which most of them you can predict anyway. Kane and Ryback. There was no need for Kane to really win. This also was giving Ryback a push. It was an okay match. I enjoyed it. The tag team titles on the line. Um, again, um, you sort of thought in the back of your mind maybe the Usos may have had a shot, uh, but I don't think Miz and Sandow are quite ready to lose these belts yet because I think there's going to be some sort of situation at the Rumble where one is going to toss out the other, which is going to start their breakup. That's just my opinion. And then there's Nikki Bella and AJ Lee. There's reports that AJ got accidentally sprayed in the eyes by the wrong bottle. I don't know how much truth there is to this, but you sort of knew going into this that Nikki Bella really was going to retain. I didn't really think AJ had a shot. It didn't make any sense. And there's rumors that she's leaving. So, if she does have an eye problem or whatnot, this will be the good excuse for them, for her to go. But yeah, it wasn't. It really wasn't a bad show at all. I wouldn't say it was great by any means, but it was pretty good. Ziggler and Luke Harper was not a surprise, but it was a surprise for me that Ziggler got the belt back. Now, because they're pushing both Luke Harper and Dolph Ziggler, as well as Bryant, Bray Wyatt, and Dean Ambrose, to have all these guys, all four being pushed and all having matches amongst each other, I thought was, obviously interesting because one way or another, one has to lose. So it sort of puts a damper on their push. But um, with Luke Harper just getting the belt and them giving a push, Dolph Ziggler is so popular right now. I can understand why the WWE has decided to give him the belt back, and it's looking good. It really is looking good. I'm looking forward to watching Raw tonight because I think Chris Jericho is going to be on Raw tonight, and he may be the interim general manager. And then of course we're going to have Brock Lesnar. So I'm sort of interested to see where, what they do with Roman Reigns tonight. Um, and I mean, I keep thinking about that Ambrose Wyatt match. I mean, they put their bodies on the line, and with them putting that at the main event, it left everybody happy at the end of the show. And I guess really in all essence, that's what the WWE needs to do. And being a John Cena fan, you're so used to seeing him when he's in a big match in the main event. It sort of seems awkward, but I think the WWE did the right thing, and putting Ambrose and Wyatt in the main event was probably the best thing to do. And I think they should start doing this more often. So we'll just have to wait and see how that all develops. So anyway, I give the show a 6.5 to 7. It kept me watching, and I enjoyed it. So we got Raw tonight, uh, and we'll just see what happens there. Peace out, everybody. This is the one and only Iceman.